Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to start our lesson number 4 in history, that is Nayakas, Palegaras and Nadaprabhus. So let's begin with the introduction of this chapter. So after the fall of Vijayanagara Empire, Karnataka came under three administrative rulings. They were Vijayapur, Keladi, and Mysuru. So, after this Vijayanagara Empire came to an end, Karnataka was divided into three administrative rulings, and they were Vijayapur, Bijapur, Keladi, and Mysuru. So, after the decline of this Vijayapur, Mughals and Marathas ruled many regions of Karnataka. Even with presence of these rulers, Keladi and Mysuru states protected themselves well from them and continued the traditions and practices of Vijayanagara Empire. So, even though in the presence of Mughals and Marathas, Keladi and Mysuru states they protected themselves well from these Mughals and Marathas, and they continued the traditions and practices of Vijayanagara Empire. And with these Palepattus means feudatory kingdoms grew in Chitradurga, Surapura and Yalahanka, which is in Bangalore regionally. So, in this lesson, we will learn about Nayakas of Keladi, Chitradurga, Surapura and Nadaprabhus of Yalahanka and their achievements. So, in this lesson, what are we going to learn? We are going to learn about Nayakas of Keladi, Chitradurga, Surapura and Nadaprabhus of Yalahanka. And we are going to learn about their achievements. Next is competences, means what are we going to learn in this chapter. So, the first is we are going to understand the achievements of senior Venkatappa Nayaka and Shivappa Nayaka, and we are going to know the brave story of Rani Chennammaji and to recognize the tolerance of other religions by Keladi Nayakas, and to understand the bravery and achievements of Madakari Nayaka of Chitradurga, to understand the achievements of Venkatappa Nayaka IV of Surapura, and to appreciate the cultural contributions of Surapura Nayakas, and to know the achievements of Kempegowda first and Kempegowda second, the Nadaprabhus of Yalahanka. Okay, so these are the competencies which we are going to learn in this chapter. Moving on to the chapter, today we are going to see about the Nayakas of Keladi. Keladi, their rule is from 1499 to 1763 CE. So, Nayakas or Paligaras. Under the control of Vijayanagara Empire, there were many small kings. They were called Nayakas, means chieftains or Palegaras. The places which were ruled by these chiefs were called Palepattus. Among these chiefs, Nayakas of Keladi and Nayakas of Chitradurga are famous. So, under the control of Vijayanagara Empire, there were many small kings. They were called Nayakas, means chieftains, or they used to call them as Palegaras as well. And the places which were ruled by these Nayakas and Palegaras were known as Palipattus. Among these chiefs, among these Nayakas and Palegaras, Nayakas of Keladi and Nayakas of Chitradurga are famous. Next, so this Keladi was founded in 1499 CE during Vijayanagara period and later became independent. The leaders of Keladi were ruling the coastal and Malenadu regions of Karnataka. So, this Keladi was founded in 1499 CE during the Vijayanagara period, and later this Keladi became independent. So, the leaders of this Keladi were ruling the coastal and Malenadu regions of Karnataka. So, the Keladi province was large and prosperous. Okay, so this Keladi province was very large and prosperous. Keladi consisted of Shivamogga, Dakshin Kannada, Udupi, Kasargod, Kodagu, Hassan, Tumkur, Chitradurga, Dharwad, Uttar Kannada areas. So this Keladi province was very large and it consisted Shivamogga, Dakshin Kannada, Udupi, Kasargod, Kodagu, Hassan, Tumkur, Chitradurga, Dharwad and Uttar Kannada areas. Okay, so this is all about Keladi Nayakas, and now let's study about Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka, and his rule is from 1482 to 1629 CE. So Venkatappa Nayaka is popular among the kings of Keladi. So This Venkatappa Nayaka is very popular among the kings of Keladi, and in the period of Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka, Keladi kingdom attained complete freedom. Keladi kingdom was completely free during the rule of Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka, and he took out military expedition till river Chandragiri in the coastal region. And this Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka, he took out military expedition till river Chandragiri in the coastal region. And with the help of Queen Abbakka Devi, he defeated the Portuguese in Mangalore. So with the help of Queen Abbakka Devi, this Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka defeated Portuguese who were in Mangalore, and he defeated Adil Shahi forces of Vijayapur and established victory pillar in Hanagal. So this Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka, what he did, he defeated Adil Shahi forces of Vijayapur, they were of Vijayapur, and he established a victory pillar as a sign of that in Hanagal. Okay, and he encouraged all religions, and this Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka encouraged all religions. So Shivappa Nayaka, and his rule is from 1645 to 1660 CE. So Shivappa Nayaka was famous Keladi king. So this Shivappa Nayaka was a famous Keladi king, and he occupied the coastal forts of Portuguese and got the title Padugada Lodhia. So this Shivappa Nayaka, he occupied the coastal forts from the Portuguese. So for this he got the title Padugada Lodhia, and he built strong forts in Mangalore, Bekal and Chandragiri, which is in Kerala, for the security of the kingdom. And Shivappa Nayaka was a pious man. Okay, so for the security of his kingdom, the Shivappa Nayaka built forts in Mangalore, Bekal and Chandragiri, and the Shivappa Nayaka was a pious man. Next, he encouraged the traders of Goa. So this Shivappa Nayaka encouraged the traders of Goa to settle in his state for development of trade. So to develop the trade in his state, he encouraged the traders from Goa to settle in his state. So the Christians of Goa were expert in agriculture, and he encouraged them to migrate to his state and provided them land and other contributions. So the Goa Christians were experts in agriculture. Okay, so the Shivappa Nayaka encouraged them to migrate to his state, and he provided them land and other contributions to continue their agriculture. And he made a strict rule that the Christian priest should be a local person. And the Shivappa Nayaka made a strict rule that a Christian priest should be only a local man. Okay. Next, Sistu of Shivappa Nayaka. So what is the Sistu? The revenue system. The revenue system started by Shivappa Nayaka was called as Sistu. So the revenue system which was started by Shivappa Nayaka is called Sistu. As per this, so according to this Sistu, the fixation of land revenue was based on the fertility of land. So the land revenue was based on the fertility of land, and about 1/3 of the production was collected and as land revenue. So 1/3 in a full 1/3. Okay, 1/3 production was collected as land revenue. So this systematic revenue system was called Sistu of Shivappa Nayaka. So this revenue system bought by Shivappa Nayaka is known as Sistu of Shivappa Nayaka. And this Sistu system led to the development of Malenadu. So this Sistu system, because of introducing of this Sistu system, it led to the development of Malenadu. Next, Queen Channamajji. Okay, Queen Channamajji. Now we are going to learn about this Queen Channamajji, and her rule is from 1671 to 1696 CE. So this Queen Channamajji is the daughter-in-law of Shivappa Nayaka. So this Queen Channamajji is the daughter-in-law of Shivappa Nayaka, who took power after him. And she repelled the Mughal army and gave protection to Chhatrapati Rajaram, the son of Shivaji. So this Queen Channamajji, she repelled against the Mughal army and she protected Chhatrapati Rajaram, who was the son of Shivaji. So Chennamma, the symbol of valor and sacrifice of Karnataka, fought a war even with Mysuru army. So this Chennamma, she was the symbol of valor and sacrifice of our Karnataka, and she also fought with the Mysuru army. So the Keladi kings built temples, agraharas and Veerashaiva mutts. Okay, these Keladi kings built temples, agraharas and Veerashaiva mutts. The Aghoreshwara temple in Ikkeri is famous for sculpture, and this among the temples they built, the Aghoreshwara temple in Ikkeri is famous for its sculpture, for the designing of its sculpture. And the mutts were the centers of boarding, food facilities and education. So the mutts which were constructed, they were the centers of boarding, giving education, and they also gave food facilities. They contributed generously to all religions, and they contributed generously, treating every religion same, and they contributed to every religion. And Chennammaji gifted land for a Christian church in Mangaluru. So this Queen Chennammaji, she gifted a land for a Christian church in Mangaluru. So on account of the continuous wars with Mysuru and internal wars, the Keladi kingdom became weak. Later, Hyder Ali occupied the Keladi kingdom. So there was a continuous war between Mysuru and between Keladi kingdom, and there were some of the internal wars in Keladi kingdom. So because of these two reasons, Keladi kingdom became very weak. So later this Hyder Ali, he occupied the Keladi kingdom. So chronology, let's see the chronology now. The period of Keladi rule, okay, till where to where it ruled. So from 1499 to 1763 common era, and Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka, he ruled from 1586 to 1629 common era. And Shivappa Nayaka, this Shivappa Nayaka ruled from 1645 to 1660 CE, and this Queen Chennammaji ruled from 1671 to 1696 CE. And the occupation of Keladi by Hyder Ali. So when did this Hyder Ali occupied Keladi? He occupied Keladi in 1763 CE. So with this we have finished learning about the Nayakas of Keladi, and this was about the Keladi Nayakas. So in the next video we shall continue with the next Nayakas, that is Nayakas of Chitradurga. Till then, bye bye. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.